What's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video after a long absence. Don't need to bore you guys with my spiel. Let's just talk about what I got to cover in this video. We've got a free game, so this is a great way to get back into making videos. Yeah, Steam is offering a free game right now, a game that I have never heard of, but actually looking at the game, it doesn't look all too bad, and it's got a very positive reception on Steam based on Steam user reviews. On top of that, in my time away, we had new NVIDIA graphics cards be released. It looked like it was going to be a good time for the PC hardware scene. However, thanks to some new tariffs coming into effect, it looks like PC gaming hardware prices might be rising even more. That's very disappointing news, as I thought we were finally getting to a point where PC hardware prices were going to stabilize and it was going to be a lot easier to build mid-range builds. But that might not be the case. I'll give some input on that. Also, I want to round out this video by taking a look at RPCS3 and it making major improvements in some big exclusive titles, including Uncharted 3, The Last of Us, Resistance 1, Yakuza, and more. So we'll have a look at that at the end of this video. First up, let's talk about the free game you can get on Steam right now, and that is The Tiny Bang Story. The Tiny Bang Story is a point-and-click puzzle game, and here's the description for it. Life on Tiny Planet was calm and carefree until a great disaster occurred. Tiny Planet was hit by a meteor, the world fell apart, and now its future depends only on you. Use your imagination and creativity in order to restore Tiny Planet and help its inhabitants. You will have to fix a variety of machines. The game has no text, it's for fun of all ages and suitable for the whole family. 5 vastly different chapters and over 30 exciting brain teasers. Those are mini games, a bright, gorgeous world drawn entirely by hand, absorbing gameplay and simple navigation, and 10 enchanting musical themes. The game currently has a 63 on Metacritic, so that's not the best score, but again, the Steam reviews do tell a different story. 90% positive based on the 91 recent reviews, and all-time have it pegged at 89% positive. Absolutely free right now, and it will be free until tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time, so you do have a little bit of time to snag it, but all you have to do is add it to your library, as I've mentioned in previous videos. If you don't even have a gaming PC, say you're watching this on your mobile phone, you can download the Steam app, and I believe you can add this to your library, no problem. So even if you're on mobile, if for whatever reason you haven't been taking advantage of the free game offerings, you're doing yourself a disservice, because you can download the Steam app. If it's available on Humble, you can just log into the Humble website. You can still take advantage and acquire these free games, so when you do build your PC, you'll have a library good to go. Moving on from that, it looks like PC gaming hardware prices are rising today as Trump's tariffs are coming into effect. This is a 10% tariff on different imports from China, and that does cover PC gaming hardware, and it's gonna rise up to 25% by January 1st, 2019. PC Games N has a great article right now, and they've actually gotten in touch with Gigabyte, and Gigabyte did note that PC products are gonna suffer from the tariffs, with only notebooks, keyboards, memory, and headsets being left out. Everything else, like graphics cards, are in place. So again, I think this is very disappointing news, as we've just seen the PC market stabilize with new video cards. Even though those video cards have left a lot of people wanting more, I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware of these GPUs being a little bit lackluster, but whatever the case may be, after new GPUs are released, that usually means a positive impact towards the GPU market. But with this tariff coming into effect, I would see, not right away, but probably slowly, GPU prices and prices across the board going up. Just a really crappy time. We have to deal with all of this stuff with crypto. Now we have to deal with this. I'm hoping it doesn't impact the market too much, and the prices we've been seeing are at least the prices that will stay. Hopefully the decline in prices and this tariff coming into effect will just negate each other. Hopefully we can still get great deals on 1070 Ti's. I see one deal available right now for $340 on a 1070 Ti. So deals like that, hopefully they will still be readily available. 1080s for $400. That's really what I'm concerned with, that mid-range market, because if you're the kind of guy where you're dropping $800 to $1,000 on a graphics card, yes, a 10% hike is unfortunate, but this is really going to impact those of you on a tight budget. So I'll bear in mind and pay attention to the market as a whole, and hopefully if I'm making videos on the regular, you guys will be kept updated as well. Again, that great article over at PC Games, and they have a rundown of all the products being affected, and it's a pretty in-depth and insightful article. And lastly, I do want to take a look at RPCS3. This emulator has been making massive gains. It is, of course, the PlayStation 3 emulator, and thanks to a lot of supporters on Patreon, there's 870 patrons in total. This emulator has been making a ton of progress, including now you can get into The Last of Us in-game. It doesn't crash during cutscenes. Uncharted 3 is also running, albeit a bit choppy. It is still running, and that is a first for Uncharted 3. And a couple of other low-key titles, The Darkness, Wet, Spider-Man 3. Those are in the games probably a lot of you guys are interested in. Bleach Soul Resurrection actually hit in-game for the first time ever. That's a pretty cool little game. As a fan of Bleach, I don't even know how many of you guys know that there was an exclusive Bleach game on the PlayStation 3. It played a little bit like a Dynasty Warriors game, but it was actually pretty good. Would love to revisit that game, not on the PS3, but on RPCS3 when it is at a more suitable state. I'll leave a link to the video where the major improvements on the emulator is showcased, so have a look at that. I know a lot of you guys have been wanting a PS3 emulator for a long time. I never thought that it would come to fruition, but here we are. It's getting closer and closer to becoming a reality. It's still got a lot of work to be done. That's what I've been reiterating because a lot of people think it's at a suitable state. There are a few games that are playable, but really we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer to get the really good games that we want to play. I want to play through Persona 5 on PC because it seems like Atlus will never bring that out on PC. Uncharted games, The Last of Us, Resistance. A PlayStation 3 emulator would really open the floodgates to a lot of games being playable on PC, and then to see those games being improved upon, up-resed. You guys get the idea. There's a lot of potential with this emulator, but that's gonna conclude this video, guys. Again, the Tiny Bank Story absolutely free right now on Steam. It looks like PC hardware might be going up in price thanks to this tariff going into effect. That's unfortunate, and RPCS3 is making major upgrades and improvements. Links to everything will be in the description box down below, and as always, guys, thanks for watching. Sorry about the long absence, but let's get back on track now. Make sure if you guys have a request for a future video, you leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. This video is sponsored by scdkeys.com. They've got great deals on all kinds of games as well as PC software. Specifically, they've got Windows 10 Pro OEM for just $14, so if you go on their site, type in Windows 10, you'll find it available right now. You can buy it, and you can take advantage of the promo code CM1 to save an additional 10%, so you'll be getting it a little bit cheaper. You can decide on your method of payment, check out, and bam, there you go. Now you've got Windows 10 a little bit cheaper. You can also use the code CM2 on games to save 3%, so take advantage of that as well.